this plays, whenever we got cinematics or talking on screen and shit, I won't be talking, so just a heads up for that.
So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael, yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching.
I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer. My days at the Rogue Citadel seemed so long ago. I sought refuge from my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the Eastern Gate. Days at a time. For when I dreamt, the memories would return. Memories of the monastery and the evil which had claimed it. Dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore. Evil from my dreams followed me at my heels. How had he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burning terror which drove me to hide here? He seemed to have demons of his own. He struggled to contain. And he was losing. As I watched, I became convinced that I was truly mad. The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed. How else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the wonder? Why did I follow him? I don't know. Why do things happen as they do in dreams? All I know is that when he beckoned, I had to follow him. From that moment, we traveled together, east. Always into the east.
I fucking love this game. Hey. Yeah, I forgot to play Sisters Ladament last week when I started. And, holy shit, Gillen, that's 50 fucking weeks. Jesus. That's insane. But, yeah, I remember to play it this time. And whenever I watch that, like, how it looks remastered is how, like, Kid Me saw it when it wasn't. Like that high resolution and stuff. Like I always saw it like that, so it's always great to see. But I only ever remember to play it at the very start. Like I think when we go through all the different cinematics and stuff, it doesn't kind of come back. But this is Tabby Cat, and she's the character that I'm recreating. This is who she is that I'm recreating. But anyway, let me get in. I have that for so many remastered games. Yeah, well that's the thing is when we get into the game, I played Diablo 2 for like 20 odd years in the old graphics because that's the game that I had. I only got the Resurrected one in like, I don't know what year it came out, but like 21 or something like that, 23, maybe 23, might have been when I got it. So yeah, I haven't had it long, and yeah, I'm used to playing it like this kind of thing. So I've never got any issues with like running around like this. This is nostalgic as fuck for me. But when I see this, apart from the fact that they make a lot of the ground and shit wet, I don't know what their deal with wetness is in like Blizzard games, but the rest of it's pretty much how I recall. There's some spots where you go in it and I'm like, I don't recall there being this on the floor or this on the walls, and then I'll switch over and I'm like, yeah, it didn't have that, you know. I feel like we've seen a part of this cutscene on the last stream of previous playthrough. I don't remember the whole bar thing, but I remember before the bar part. You may have remembered it from when I did Kelly. When I made my Kelly character, I played it in canonical order then, because it didn't just automatically start playing it. It's supposed to play between creating your character and arriving here. And it didn't automatically play, and I knew that it was supposed to play, so I went back and did it. But because I've done this, like, the remastered version, Resurrected, once through with Kelly, in all 3 difficulties and stuff, I kind of forgot. when I got up to her. I was so kind of like, in a way, about like the new shit that they added that's irrelevant and crap, that I just forgot about like the base of the game. So yeah, last week wasn't as chill as it should have been, but we're fine now, you know. But yeah, I always love all the cinematics. Hold on, let me have some of my coffee. I made a coffee that actually has like milk in it this time, so I've got to actually drink that. So we got to go and re-clear the stony fields, and we got to clear the black marsh, and I think I've got all my potions and stuff. So we got to go back through here. We got to re-clear all that. Then we go into Tristram, save Cain, and clear all that as well. So yeah, we got a bit to do. We got some stuff to kill, and I got to be kind of careful because I don't remember from week to week. I'm only just starting back in her, and I've only ever made one sorceress before her, so, and that is her. You know. Oh, let me turn my headset down a bit. Which always the ending. No better than. I do. I was supposed to on that one. I didn't see that guy just die, but okay. Yeah, no, well, I was gonna say, I definitely didn't raid anybody that was playing Diablo last week. I'm probably, during this playthrough, I'm probably honestly not going to be raiding people in the Diablo category, just because, like, we had a lot of issues with, you know, with the Kelly playthrough, trying to, like, have that understood and shit, and I'm like, at the moment, there's a lot going on in the Diablo community, and I just don't need that added on top of that, you know? Always chose Sorcerer. I love the flashy effects. See, so I tended to prioritize Amazon, right? I believe I had Rogue. Where are you? Oh, hello, we got a special over here. Wait, that sounded like him. Unless I might have leveled then, maybe. Yeah, I always chose rogues, right? And my second character was a sorceress because I really kind of related to Amazons. No worries, Keelan. They had like a similar kind of like physical build to myself in reality, even though like at the time I was only like a teenager and stuff. I ended up growing up to be the same build as the fucking Amazon, and like physically. And the sorceress, I always liked her because she had more of like the flowing hair, and she had like the skirts and the dresses and stuff like that, like the slightly more sort of like feminine stuff. But the Amazon had a bow, and that's what I wanted to play. I wanted to play with the bow. So yeah, I had the two of them, and Kelly could only use fire, and Tabby Cat, which is this one, I was supposed to try to keep her like mostly exclusively cold, but I couldn't do it because younger me just liked fire too much. So I ended up being a bit of both and stuff. So yeah, I also was extremely melee with her because I'd constantly be out of mana. And while I'm still doing an OCD kind of thing with her, it's not quite the same level of OCD that Kelly had. So you'll see what I mean once I start getting into levels and stuff, because I'm really close to, what are we up to? 10, close to 11. And after 11 I have to change how I'm leveling for a bit until I think 22, 23. And then I fall into the OCD leveling from then on. It was a little bit to kind of work out for this character. That's why I needed a little bit of time between my previous playthrough and this playthrough. I've also got to like re-clear everything, so that's why we're kind of running around, but I've got to get everywhere, all the nooks and crannies and crap. So I had to kind of like remember what I was doing with her and like refresh my brain, so I'm not constantly talking about like comparing her to Kelly and stuff. Well, hello. What we got? Got a big group in here.
I am overburdened.
I am probably overburdened. Probably will be for a minute. Oh, that was actually a good shot. Yeah, I'm well and truly overburdened. We'll have to come back for stuff. It's swear I like bows after flashy effects. Oh yeah. If I could do both, even better. Well, the thing was, with with Kelly, she couldn't use crossbows, right? Either. So, yeah, she kind of had some limitations and stuff. Like Tabby Cat can't use them either, technically, but like, it doesn't really matter because I don't think she's gonna use them. I can use just about every weapon I want, any weapon I want with Tabby Cat, but I do have to lean towards like wands and like, yeah, both kinds of wands, scepters, staves, and there's another, like a globe as well, or whatever. These kind of like magically kind of items, I gotta kind of lean heavier towards that with her. But apart from that, we're pretty much good. Hold on, I need an identification scroll. I might have one in my thing, but we'll see. Faster hit recovery versus cold. In the bin you go. Alright. Akara is not a bin, just to be clear. Just to be clear on that. Nobody start calling Akara a bin. I was right. I had to like double check because I couldn't remember last week while I was tired and irritable and shit. How it was that I'm supposed to combine these, but it is just 3 of a kind and stuff increases it. I was right. I did have to look it up though because I couldn't just automatically remember it off the top of my head. So yeah, but that's fine. I'm gonna stockpile a few of these and we're gonna upgrade them in a bit once I eventually get a cube, which I mean isn't gonna be for a while, but this is okay. I'll put a couple more of these down. Probably the bottom for the moment. That's not where I want it. Alright, so I've still got a couple of these spares. I've still got keys and we're still good for stuff. And I should put the money away before I forget about it. I can't use that yet. That's fine. But yeah, it's kind of funny when I play with Tabby Cat. Something always kind of like I forgot is because like with Kelly, I stay back. I stay really, really far back and we use a lot of like aerial damage type stuff. And Tabby Cat, I'm close range, basically melee. So yeah, I kind of actually have to be functionally able to take a hit in most cases. And also the ice is kind of useful in this way for like, for getting rid of these dudes. It's a little bit easier. Plus, because she can use both, you shouldn't hopefully struggle too much when we get to Nightmare. Because we all know how much of a fucking struggle that was. Now, was there a dude in here? There is a dude, but he's not the dude. Drop some stuff. I don't want to catch fire in there. It's not you. It's... I thought there was one over here. Maybe not. It's fine. But yeah, I couldn't help myself as a kid. I kind of like was like, I will stick to do cold stuff, and I did not. Oh, I didn't even hit you then, mate. It's fine. Yeah, what are you guys up to? I had kind of a chillish day. Hold on a second. Should be up to... That should be 30. There we go. Okay, so we've got 30, 35, 30, and 35. So when I gotta bring out my notes. We are down to this shit. Okay. Alright. I just gotta reference this crap because, like, unlike Kelly, I had to write this down because I figured I'll probably fucking, like, not forget. Because, like, I remember it. But, like, there's a good chance I'll get distracted while I'm talking and then I'll forget about it. Have I got everything? I got one of everything. Cool. Alright, well that means some extra warmth. This is... Actually, that one's only, like, a level 1 buff by my thing at the moment. This is fine. We can put it on that. That way it's 2 and 2. Cool beans. Obviously, I am going to have to put a point in that because I'm going to anyway, but at the moment we have a staff, so we're okay. It's kind of nice. Hi, mate. I see you lot.
I am overburdened.
I shouldn't be. Maybe I am? should be okay for... Oh, a rank. Strength. I'm getting a lot of shit for strength. Which is ironic, because I thought we kind of needed that last time. I could put these kind of down here. This gives me like a little bit more space. It'll give me a whole row if I need to. Do that. Alright. I still got to pick up all the things. I still got to get all the map. You guys know all that stuff. Yeah. There's a little bit of like, I don't know. She's kind of like, she's a little bit like OP, but I gotta be careful with swapping between her weapons too, because she's got one of her weapons boosts her, this one boosts her health. If she gets like really low, I could die if she ends up if I swap over too low on health and stuff, so I gotta be careful with that. But apart from that, it is fun to run around with her. I was kind of looking forward to it again. It was either going to be today or Thursdays, and I was like, no, I could go for today. I can hear somebody resurrecting. So yeah, I was. Where is this dude? You're not up here. It seems to only be this guy. Yeah, dude, but he's frozen at the moment, so I don't know if there's another shaman dude in the area. I was only like casually freezing them. There's a whole cluster of yes here. There we go. Yeah, I haven't fully decided if it's Monday or Thursdays yet. Ah, you already killed him. But I assume that maybe it will be Thursdays again. I know we're gonna like miss a whole bunch of Thursdays this year, but on the flip side, it is a day that I do kind of feel like I'm relatively awake. So we'll see. Hey Sunset, what are you up to? Yeah, Diablo 2 is back. Feeling fantastic. I'm feeling okay. I had a coffee, so my stomach's all like blah right now, but apart from that, I think I'm okay. Yeah. I don't know. I may take like a be right back in a few minutes, just because my stomach is being like pretty upset, and I did eat really spicy noodles right before stream, so I'm thinking it's a bit pissy about that. I did drink like water and crap, but I might need to go get more like room temperature water or something, you know. And I do want to sell that. But yeah, for the moment, we got Diablo 2 is back. We're doing Tabby Cat's playthrough. So I'll sell off the ring, and then I'll hit up a quick beer up back. If you guys want to just hang out for a minute, I'll explain what her playthrough is and shit when I get back, okay? Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I just needed like some warm water and to wander around and stuff. Coffee's apparently just like, I don't know, entered the stomach arena, and I did marinate some lamb chops in da bomb sauce over the weekend, and I think it's encountered that somewhere in me, and it's just gone, you know, fisticuffs or bust kind of thing. So yeah, I just need to like walk around for a few minutes to like feel a bit better, but I may need to be right back later in the night for like legitimate, like, you know, discomfort relief or whatnot. So yeah, anyway, welcome back in everyone. This is Tabby Cat. She is a recreation, and look at the bomb. No, it's okay. It tastes a lot better cooked. Also, thank you for the bits. I haven't seen Jeff Goldblum in like a hot minute. Ironic that. You know, it's a hot minute. Anywho. Thank you. Is that new music, Bob? Yo, I have a lot of my sound alerts off for when I play Diablo and stuff, but there's like the follow ones, the subscribe ones, the bit ones and stuff like that. They all still play and stuff, and I like techno stuff. I will hydrate too. Thank you, Timeline. Yeah, but anyway, the bomb sauce and stuff, I actually went through and I used all of the I've used up all the last stab. I've now used up all the bomb sauce. I've got, I think I'm like halfway through the Sicilian Queen, and there's a Screaming Cat one as well that I'm enjoying. So yeah, all the hot ones, hot sauces and stuff, I've been cooking them into food myself, and they're fine for the most part, but apparently I've just learnt tonight that if I have a cup of coffee, they're not as fine with my body. So yeah, I just needed like some warm water and stuff to deal with some like reflux and business, you know, so yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be right. Expect Jeff to pop up. I actually have like a few kind of, what do you call it? I've got a couple of different, Jurassic Park and other kind of stuff. A lot of my alerts and stuff are things that I like, from different shows and shit, so yeah. I also did all the posture check and the stretch and stuff. We're good. But yeah, this is Tabby Cat. So my previous character Kelly was a recreation of my original Amazon Kelly. This is a recreation of my original sorceress Tabby Cat, and she's not quite as OCD as Kelly was. Also, fun fact is I found my original notes on when I defeated Bal with my original Kelly and Tabby Cat characters. There's pictures on like Instagram and Blue Sky and in Discord and shit, so you guys can go have a look at when I actually first defeated them in normal, and Kelly's Nightmare as well. But I had like a specific OCD with her because her energy was so far out of whack with the others. So we've got 2 are at 30, well sorry, 2 are at 30, and 2 are at 35. Now we're entering into the stage where I've got to get these different again. And then later I hit OCD again because I managed to hold off a bit with her for a while. But I obviously like can't use a crossbow anyway, but I can use any weapons so long as they're more so like leaning towards like magical weapon type stuff. Obviously can't use teleport, and like we get the skill teleport, but I'm not using it to zip around. I didn't do that as a kid and stuff. It's just I get these, I use them once and they get shelved kind of thing. So yeah, I'm using hot and cold spells or fire and cold spells. My helper, I get to change her once in each new act, and then I don't get to change them in that act again. So they've got to hold out, and I've got to get gear for them and stuff. I also don't have to wait until my stash is full of gold anymore, so I can purchase shit from any vendor and or gamble whenever I want. So that's the thing. Obviously still just one fucking page of stash because we didn't have shared stash, and fuck else. I'll remember as we go. I'll remember what else. I've got it written down, but I can't remember it all right now. But yeah, that's basically what we're up to. So we're recreating her, and yeah, she's immediately a lot more powerful. Like 2 or 3 of these can wipe out like most of these guys, as opposed to, you know, Kelly with the struggle the whole time. But in saying that, and I have said this, but when we get to Nightmare, I'm expecting like the playing field to legitimately get leveled. You know, I've also still got to get all the map, pick up all the items, kill all the things, all that stuff. The only good thing with her is I have 1 extra spell that I can use, which is telekinesis. If somebody dies outside of the playable area that I can't get to, I can get their shit back with that. So I do have that ability, but apart from that, yeah. I'm just redoing this whole area because I think I've got to go to the Cain stone things, but pretty sure I went to the right fucking area, and it's not showing up at the moment, so it's fine. I thought I went through like basically everywhere. I've also got to go down all like, you know, the dens and the caves and all that kind of business and stuff, but I know that there's more up here. We'll come back up into this little nook in a sec. Just kind of got to get you guys. Oh, hello. That sharp venom, the undead, and extra fast, huh? That's alright. Also, she's basically mostly melee, so yeah. I'm going to be hitting a lot of objects, and she's got to be able to take a hit unlike Kelly, so here's hoping. I have a specific stat goal with her I've got to achieve. So yeah, unlike Kelly who was hacked and rehacked and stuff, Tabby Cat wasn't hacked. So I have all of her stats and I know what I'm aiming for here. There's a little bit more zombies above us. There you are. And that's one of these I haven't hit. So yeah, it should be like super fucking fun. Oh, hello. Oh, just barely. I can hear you too. Yeah, I always forgot when I used to come in after playing Kelly and I'd play Tabby Cat, I'd forget that I have to like melee and then I'd swap back to Kelly and Kelly would die because I'd run up to something for melee and she couldn't take a fucking hit. Oh, here we are. Here's the fucking stones. Well, I don't want to hit that stone yet. I just want to stay alive for long enough to figure out which one of you lot is the darker blue dude. It might be dead. Alright, well that's fine then.